Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor and privilege to bring you one of the new bright lights. Well, not so new anymore. One of the brighter lights in the motorcycle industry. I'm talking to Zack Ness from Arlen Ness Enterprises. Zach, how are you, buddy?
Going good, man. Good to
Always
see you
good to
again.
see you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, things going on in the Ness world. Of course, you've got the 10 gauge stuff. It's just crazy about how creative you guys are.
Yeah, this year actually we're real excited about 17 new heavy hitter product lines. So our Big Sucker, which has been one of our bread and butter products for a long time, we have the evolution of it. So we improved upon its original design in a bunch of different ways for the new Milwaukee 8 Harley engine, and we'll also be evolving our standard Big Sucker for the twin cams and whatnot. But so that's a great. We have a new wheel line coming out. We have our first ever time showing one sample here, kind of a preview. It'll be a mid-year release with a full lineup. That's a big, exciting program for us. And along with that, we have some gas tanks, full new cover lines, and we're on the gas. Always trying to do something new. Always trying to keep it going.
Well, I saw your new air cleaner for the Milwaukee 8. And you've got, of course, you have your exotic covers and the big suckers and everything, but you also have something for the common man that uses his own stock cover.
Yeah, use the your factory cover, and our Big Sucker traditionally sells. Our number one volume one is for the guy who just wants to upgrade his performance and maybe likes the look of the factory cover. So our new Milwaukee 8 one utilizes the factory cover, but also over the standard filter, it's might be 300% more complete count and everything else. I'll look at the, I can get into the details later, all the facts, but whether it's from the molded in studs into the filter base plate, an air venturi feature into it, our patented hidden breather system, every angle we really look to improve upon the original Big Sucker, and for the engine itself, being the new characteristics, made it for that. So we're real excited about it, and the filter is synthetic, so it's water resistant. You don't have to worry about a rain sock. Really tried to go into every detail, and we're real excited with the outcome.
Well, there's so many things to talk about. No, the other thing too is I was looking at your 4.5 exhaust end caps. Those are some outstanding pieces of work.
Yeah, no, it's an addition of our 10 gauge lineup, and it'll be for our RLNS for MagnaFlow line in addition to Vance and Hines. So that's a nice line, especially with the customers who did their whole bike in 10 gauge and they want that just extra little flash in the back of the bike. We made sure they had something.
How's the MagnaFlow exhaust working out for you?
You know, it's going well. It's going well. There'll be some new stuff coming out, but MagnaFlow is an amazing company and very talented people working there, and they're a machine. So if we want to partner with someone, we want to make sure it's someone who can really do a nice job, and especially with all the environmental regulations and things, can do stuff to spec. So it's great.
We've seen the baggers gone to extremes with the 32-inch wheel, just like we saw the 300 rear tire. What do you see on the horizon being one of the leading young guns out there? I mean, I know the FXRs and the Dynas are coming back, but
yeah, FXR and Dynas coming back, especially the younger guys. I think on the bagger, it is kind of a repeat of the wide tire and the chopper bag of the day. I do think, I mean, me on a personal basis, I'm not a 30 or 26 guy myself. I've kept it to a 23 as far as the largest I've gone. 23 is still rideable, and you could really throw that thing around. I do think you'll start seeing it maybe go down a little bit. It's all towards personal preference. I've seen some great looking bikes with big wheels, and some talented people can do some great stuff, but I do think I don't know how much larger than 32 you can go. It's not my personal, not my personal bag on my bikes. Some guys love it, and it looks great, but I think we'll start to see it maybe tone it down on the large wheel size.
it's always been my opinion that anything bigger than 23 is a waste anyway.
Yeah.
But people do like
They love it.
that
They
big
love it,
wheel
and you
stuff.
see some stuff, and there's some works art out there with some big wheels. So
Yeah.
so I can't say one bad thing about it. But as far as my personal opinion, I do think we'll start to see it tone down as far as going larger.
All right. Well, let me ask you about the elephant in the room, because this is something that's been on the minds of a lot of people, especially a dear close friend of mine, because he bought one, the demise of Victory.
Yeah.
I know your family was very heavily involved with the new designs and also coming out with new product for that line.
Yeah, so we got involved in Victory back then when it first started, and when you saw the V92C
Right.
is when they approached us, and then you saw the evolution and going to a Vegas, and that's really where the biggest push on our end with development of design and pushing that. Once we got to the cross country, different things, they kind of took the ball, and we were more design consultants and partners on product and different things. But yeah, so that was a big deal. And as far as Polaris and then making a decision on that, you have Indian and you have Victory. Indian's obviously a very well-established brand, and it's been doing very well, which is great. And if you're Polaris, which is a big machine, and you have two product lines cannibalizing each other in some certain way,
Correct.
it's tough. And when you want to put the gas on one brand, say Indian, and develop and go against a big competitor like Harley Davidson and other OEMs, and you have another brand, you got to focus just the amount of same time to be doing that. As a business and scalability, it was a financial business decision. Of course, I'd have loved to see Victory stay, and it was a killer motorcycle, and they still will be. They'll be around, but I do think you'll see people think the brand's going to go away. Which, yes, the logo, the brand will go away, but Polaris, Indian, and everything is not. You'll see a lot of that Victory stuff and stuff that would have been a Victory and different things and performance aspected stuff you'll see in the Indian lineup, and the Indian lineup will just continue to get better. So for all the Victory guys out there, including myself, I got plenty of them. Your bike's still great. There's nothing. It does suck, for lack of better words, that it happened. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's shitty that the whole deal went down. But if you're pissed off, man, don't be, because Polaris will still be putting out killer product on the Indian lineup. Like anything else, if you think of it logically, performance and then all that technology is not just going to get thrown to the side. Everything will go into their motorcycle division. And so look for Indian to be an even better motorcycle, and they're going to put all their attention in that Polaris machine that it is and what it's capable of. If you're a Victory fan and you're happy with that, well, take a look at that, and now having two driving forces all in one category. And Polaris is on the gas. This isn't a slowdown. It's more a choice to focus on one brand instead of having your company go on two different directions. Let's unify it and go in one direction. It just happened to be Indian. So for the Victory guys out there that are bummed, hey, I feel you. Trust me, I'm with you on that.
And believe me, over the years, I've seen plenty of features with you on cross countries, you on high balls.
Yeah.
I mean, between you and your dad, I don't know how many cross countries you guys have modified.
Oh, we've got plenty. We've had plenty and done a lot of work with them, and we still continue to do so. But their focus is going to be on Indian. It might not have a V on it, but it'll be a great motorcycle, that performance-oriented things. And for the Victory guys out there, don't get too sad. You'll still have great product. Your bike's not going anywhere, and just look for good things to come out of that machine.
Well, you've heard it here, guys. Some in-depth thoughts from one of the sons of the legends of the motorcycle industry. Listen, tell your dad and your grandpa Max said hey.
Will do.
All right. And we'll be talking at you soon. For Zack Ness, this is Max. Signing off. Peace.